Well, good morning. The dog and I are going to do a little bit of a walk with my running partner and her dog. So here's the plan. I'm off to school for about 3 hours to do about 3 hours of good solid cleaning and organizing. I do better if I have a deadline. So I'm going to do what I can until noon, when it will probably be too hot to be comfortably at school anymore. And then I'll go up to the barn where it will probably be hotter, but I like it at the barn. That's my plan for the day. The house is in pretty good shape. All my technical legal things have been handled. I need to make a final decision on my new apartment, and we're moving forward. I think mostly what I have to do is be ruthless and just dispose of things. I really try hard to be efficient and economical and save as much as I can, because environmentally it makes sense. To teach a woodworking class where we just throw away all the scrap doesn't seem responsible. So I try really hard to repurpose and reuse and save things for people that maybe don't financially have as much. I try and make the class accessible to everyone. I try really hard at that. Now, it requires some mindfulness to go through and think like, all right, this thing I could probably use for this in the future, and over and over and over again, and then find clever places to store those things. So today will be that, just at a much more accelerated pace. And when I'm indecisive about something, I gotta scrap it, because I definitely received I'll say a friendly email, but it definitely carried the tone of, you need to get in and clean that thing up. I'm trying to figure out which door to start at. I think I'll start at the entry door to the shop. And it's sort of like my approach to Photoshop. It's basically like I'm gonna stand in the doorway, look around and think, what's the first thing that bothers me? And fix that problem. And then what's the next thing? And the next thing, and the next thing. And that's pretty much how I handle photo editing. You know, I'll look at an image and think like, all right, what's the first problem? And if it's exposure, I fix exposure. If it's composition, I fix composition. I have this nagging sense that I'm still gonna see my wife at some point, but I don't know why I would. She texted me a few times last week and I didn't respond, so I think she's probably taking the hint that I'm not talking to her anymore. And that's fine. I do better when I don't talk to her. It's weird, but we're not a thing anymore. I need to find the Ira Glass clip, but he basically talked about, you know, when you start making work, you're not going to start making good work. Like, you have to make a lot of bad work before you start making good work. That's carried me through a lot of things, particularly starting to make videos. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it and practicing and trying to get better. I know, wow, it's really clear today. Whew. I know my first stuff isn't going to be great. I mean, I'm saying this, of course, almost 100 videos in, but my perspective right now is everything I've made in this format hasn't been published yet. I have no feedback on, so it's this. I'm still blindly going forward, just trying to learn by watching, not responding to any criticism. It will be interesting to see how things change once I get any sort of response to anything I do. But there will be a, several months long delay between one and another. But the way I'm feeling right now, maybe that's kind of a beautiful thing. I am just making work or making videos the way I feel compelled to, the way that feels good to me every time I do it, without any outside influence. And then I will put it out there and see what happens. That's kind of cool, because I think quite often we receive immediate feedback on almost everything we do. You put something up on Instagram, like, boom, within minutes, people are liking or not, making comments or not. We're a very immediate feedback culture. So to be doing a lot of work with that feedback is strange, and I feel kind of raw and out there, just being like, I don't know if it's interesting, I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's all about me and my ego and people are going to think I'm a total ass. I don't know. But I know I like doing it, and I care about people, so hopefully on some level I can connect with people and help people, and we can get a dialogue going about what this kind of process is like, and then hopefully it will evolve into something else, something bigger and more organic. I'm gonna go because you're slow. That's about it. I just felt like saying hi and chit-chatting with you. So it's just about 9. I'm gonna do 3 solid hours of work. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, A Brief History of Nearly Everything. it's awesome. It's really, really good. So if you're looking for something to listen to, how about if I suggest that? I'm loving it, and I have a feeling it's one of the first audiobooks that I will probably listen to again, just because it's content dense, but not unapproachable. I think it'll be a good re-listen to just be like, oh, that's right. Yeah, I did hear that before, but I forgot. Okay, I'm at school. I'm gonna get some work done. I'll see you in a bit. I'm having a little temper tantrum. Not a temper tantrum, more like just a bit of anxiety that comes from not getting your way. So that might be a temper tantrum. I just looked at my schedule for the year and found out that my prep period is 5th period instead of 6th, and that sucks. It's super not useful. So much of what I have to do to make the shop run is go out places and run errands and do things. You know, go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to the wood store, go to Rockler, go to TH&H, go to, you know, bring stuff in for service, pick stuff up, like do an errand for a kid. It's a lot. And what was nice about having 6th period prep last year is if I needed to run errands, I could go during 6th and get stuff done. And it was efficient and it was good, and I beat traffic. And the problem now is if I have to wait till after school and I have to go up to Miramar, by the time I'm coming home, I'm gonna be stuck in traffic. And it sucks. I'm gonna send a polite email and be like, hey, is there any way I can blah, 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 even though I requested it special. And I know they're doing the best they can, you know, and they're trying to accommodate as much as they can. But it makes my job harder. They've already cut my budget for next year, which makes the job harder. And I'm just pissed. I wanted my schedule. I did about almost 3 solid hours of work. And it's annoying work because you walk into a chaotic mess and you just have to start somewhere. You just have to pick a thing and say, okay, here's where we start cleaning. But it's just, you know, I probably made 50 trips out to the dumpster and then 50 trips out to the wood dumpster also, and then recycling, and you're just constantly, it's not the most efficient thing. Like, it's just an all-out attack. It's just like, I'll fix this, I'll fix this, I'll fix this, I'll fix this. And you end up, you know, if I would just stop and say, I'm going to collect all the clamps and then move them collectively inside and put them away. But there's just too much to deal with because you can't find all the clamps because there's wood all over the table. So then you're like, I'm gonna organize some of the wood. But as you organize the wood, you find sandpaper and dust and crap and blah, blah, blah. So you start to, you know, amass stuff, and you're like, all right, I should throw all this stuff out. And as you're going, it's just thing feeds another. So you just have to start somewhere and work continuously and make it better. And I did. Half a dumpster filled with wood that's, oh, there's hovercrafts down on the water. It's so crazy living here. Like a legit huge hovercraft. Just, oh, 2 of them. All right, now I'm being dangerous on the bridge. Sorry, the little kid in me is like, hovercrafts, oh my God. That's so cool. I'm headed to the barn because I don't want to be home anymore. I just had a pretty illuminating call with future Ken. You probably don't want to put this in the video. Why is nobody happy for her? You know, why doesn't anyone want to meet? Why is nobody happy for her? She needs to surround herself with positive people, so she's going to distance herself from toxic people, so she'll be distancing herself. And isn't that the way it all goes? If you don't handle her, you know, if you don't cater to her, she will punish you by cutting and running, which is why everybody handles her with kid gloves. I would always be able to put my own aside to take care of her. It's funny when somebody puts an idea in your head, such as that, now it's more on my brain. You know, and then it would be trying to figure out if she did have some kind of meltdown, is it a manipulation or is it a legitimate thing? Go through this whole sticky, ugly, messy, painful divorce proceeding and breakup, while at the same time, the person that did all of this might have a breakdown, become the victim, and threaten to self-harm. Cool, that's totally fair. It's all so fair. I made some comment about not patting myself on the back, but I'm stronger than her. And my job has always been to take care of her because I am stronger than her. And basically said, yes, that I was stronger and I was good for her that way. But I think what's come out is that she's mistaken my kindness and givingness for absolute weakness. She definitely thought that I would just roll over in this process, and I clearly haven't. And that probably makes her feel out of control. But that's not my fault. That's not my problem. If I'm watching out for her and she's watching out for her and neither of us are watching out for me, I lose. And we talked about this just a couple days ago. My favorite scenario was I'm 100% watching out for her and trusting that she's 100% watching out for me, and we have this like reciprocal bond that's just phenomenal. But that's gone. She removed it forever. But I think she's still, maybe on some subconscious level, thinking that I'm still watching out for her to some degree on that level. And maybe to a much lesser degree than she thinks I'm tempted to. But you can't batter me so much and expect that I'm still the same. You just can't. Yeah, but I put into words like, I don't know where she is. I don't know where she lives right now. I don't know if she's still in Vista or if they've moved to their VRBO. I don't know if they're moving or not. Him bringing in horses, it doesn't sound like the move that somebody who is moving away makes, or maybe it is. I just don't know. I don't know anything. It would be nice to know, because I would like for them to go away. I don't think most of this is publishable, but future Ken, I hope this was a good reference for when your memory fades a little bit. I'll see you later. Okay, that was really cool. My time at the barn was good. Highlights included, somebody showed up with homemade peach froyo that was amazing. They used a full-fat frozen yogurt that was awesome. I mean, a full-fat yogurt and then peaches from their peach tree, and it had that sort of like, I don't know, that delicious fuzziness that peach skins have. It was amazing. It was a little tiny cup, and you'd eat these little spoons of it, and it was just marvelous. I told the woman, I said, this is one of those things that a month down the line I'll think back and think, God, that was really good frozen yogurt. So yeah, that was huge. That was really, really great. I got to just hang out and talk to people. I shot some video of some of my barn friends and tried to put that together. It came out okay. And then as people started to leave, I went to go practice with my drone down at the dressage arena. And Joseph was there, and he came too. So we hung out a little bit and flew our drones. That was cool. It was a little bit of a connection. Talked about, making videos and YouTubing, and it was super, really nice to just talk to somebody. Lovely. I'm so delighted. We were talking about videos I make and stuff like that. So I did reveal that I've been shooting daily vlogs since April, and I have a lot, and I don't know what to do with it, but that the process is cathartic and makes me comfortable on camera, and it was good. I'm afraid that I don't deliver messages in the way I want. There's no way to tell that story without it being sad. To be like, I'm in the midst of a terrible breakup. There's no way to be like, ta-da! Like, it's not a happy thing. It's terrible. But I tried to move it along in such a way that it was matter of fact. I'm in the midst of this terrible thing, which has motivated me to engage in a new form of expression that I haven't engaged in before. And it's scary, and I'm unsure of myself, but I find it exhilarating too, and it's a wonderful creative outlet.